The market bounces, then falls apart as the bears sell strongly into the end of the day. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that we were looking for the market to bounce up into our resistance area in Wave 2 and then sell off in Wave 3, and that's exactly what we saw. The market came up just short of our Wave 2 target and then sold off strongly in Wave 3 the rest of the day. Now the question is, are the bears done? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, we had another great day today. Once we got confirmation that we were not going to get a C wave back up into our resistance area, we entered a short trade and rode it out the rest of the day, as you can see on the screen. If you would like to be part of trading like this, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. Yesterday, I told you we were looking for a bounce up into that 40.27 to 40.56 region. They came up just short at 40.18, and then they started down, and right about here is where we entered that trade when they broke the 764 retrace, and it looked like we were not going to get a C wave back up into resistance, and we did very well riding it all the way down, selling almost at the bottom, at least selling half our position almost at the bottom and holding the other half for the continuation of the move down. So we're tracking a couple of counts here. First is that we have wave 1 down, we got wave 2 up, and we're in wave 3 of 3, and that will ultimately target the 38.36 area. Then we'd look for a wave 4 bounce back up toward 3900, and then back down to 3800 or just under there for wave 5, which is just off the screen below here. So down here around the 3793 to 3800 area is where we'd expect this wave 5 to end. Okay, that's our primary path. We would expect continuation of this move down. Based on the overall structure and the patterns that we've been tracking. Now, the other option is that this is an expanded ABC flat, where the B wave is a little bigger than you'd expect and often goes lower than the original starting position, where you have the A wave up, where you'd have the A wave up, the B wave down, and then you'd get C up to about the 4080 level, maybe up to 4100. And then you'd look for a continuation down from there. We do have a pretty strong trend line that you can see coming down. This has been off the top. They rejected it here and went strongly up. They're about to cross it here going into this evening, into the morning session. If they're able to gap below that, I would expect the continuation down to the 3800 area that I just talked about and a move forward. If they push hard up off of this, then it will look a lot more like this expanded flat setup that we see. Now, there is one thing that could be a fly in the ointment, at least on TradingView. It doesn't happen on other trading platforms till next week, but its contract roll happens tomorrow, and I believe the futures are about 40 points higher, so you're going to see a 40-point gap up that's not real. So instead of being at like 39.06 or 39.10, wherever we're at here, we're going to be at like 39.50. So it's going to look like the market gapped up pretty strongly and make it a little bit confusing on the futures chart. But the SPX chart will remain the same, and we'll see the same type of setup on there on the cash market chart. So it's possible that in next week's videos, I might switch to the SPX till that kind of evens out a little bit. But for now, we're on the futures chart here, tracking those two paths. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, as you can imagine, similar counts on the NASDAQ. They did push up, and they hit their 618 almost on the dot here. Very good retracement on the NASDAQ, which gave us confidence to enter that short position on the ES as well. And then they started down in their sell-off, and they would target the 11,750 area for this move down, and then a bounce up toward 11.9, and then a move down toward the 11,600 area. Now, that is a little bit higher than we were targeting for this move down, and doesn't exactly line up with what I'm looking at. So I do think there's a chance this wave 3 could extend down to the 11,600 area before we see a bounce, and then a bounce back to about the 11,840 area. And then that 11,400 area that I've been talking about in the video. So I think this wave 3 could extend down to 11,600 before we see a bottom, and then up toward the 11,840, and then down toward 11,400 from there. So that would be the count on the NASDAQ. The other option on the NASDAQ, normally you could say this could still be a wave 2, and I still have it on here. But given that ES has already broken this A wave low, I think that's very unlikely. The more likely scenario would be that we got an A, B, and you get a little bit higher of a C wave up here. into the 11,680 area, and then we see a move down. So if we do see a move up on ES or the S&P futures, I think you would see just a C wave up here toward about 12,650, 12,700 on NASDAQ, and then down from there toward that 11,400 area. So similar counts, not exactly the same based on the fact that NASDAQ didn't break this low, but very similar nonetheless. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We've just started our training courses, and our first one is our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. And that course does come free with both memberships. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means all of our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as day trading, individual stocks, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on the money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for continuation of that move down in on the S&P towards the 38.36 area. Probably have a stop around 38.80 and a little bit of a bounce, but 38.36 would be our next major target. And then a move up and then on down to that 3800 area. However, if they do hold this trend line and try to bounce, we could see a bigger C wave creating a flat type situation up toward the 4100 area. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of thing, looking for the continuation of this move down toward the 11,600 area. However, if they are able to hold the low and push higher, we could see an ABC up toward the 12,600, 12,650 area before then seeing the move down. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Get away from the computer. Spend some time with your family. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.